Brett Richter up here at the CPTC facility in Beausejour, Manitoba, ready for an awesome weekend of racing. Track is smooth, it's fast, it'll get chewed up here in a little bit as practice begins. But in addition to talking to drivers, it's always good to hear some of the local personalities that have been around this facility for a while. And I'm very fortunate to be spending a few minutes with the one and only Kenny Day. Now, did you know that you won the popularity contest on the poll?
No idea. It was news to me. I didn't think that people would even want to hear me.
Yeah.
But I know quite a few people here. So, because I've kind of been around the block.
Yep.
I've worked a lot of tracks. I've worked here about 24 years now. Mm-hmm. I've worked Eagle River World Championships for 20 years until COVID, and then I quit.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got some history that you just don't find.
That's remarkable. You know what? I enjoy this because as a kid, you dreamed of this. Not doing this job, just dreamed of being around snowmobiles. And then if you get this job of looking at all the snowmobiles to make sure that they're correct.
Yeah.
They're not cheating. Snake oil, stuff like that. You know, you're looking for the bad stuff to make it fair. In the fairness of competition, that's what I always say.
Yeah, it's legal's a difficult term when it comes to rules.
Oh, this one's a nasty. You know, when I made the first rule book here in 2001, it might have been 6 pages long. Now the ISR rule book for vintage racing, which I look after here, it's 200 pages.
Right.
Because there's so many little things. And then someone says, well, he said, she said, he did, she did. So let's make another rule for that. And it just keeps snowballing. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, once you see a rule, everybody tries to push the limit.
Well, that's the idea of racing. Racing is to get, you're looking for the gray area. Mm-hmm. You're looking for the ifs, ands, and ifs, don'ts. And you try to sneak in something, and then you try it, and if you get caught, well, you know what? It didn't say it explicitly like that.
Right.
So I'm trying it. So how about a warning? Yeah, well, here you go. And how about a warning? Yeah, well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a warning works for the guy who wins. It doesn't work for the guy in second.
That's correct. You got that. You nailed it. Brett, you nailed that one, man. That's, you're here to win at whatever, because it's the best track, the best ice, the best people to work with here. And I've worked a lot of places, like Eagle River, Strathcona, Devil's Lake, Alexandria. All the years they raced at the Viking Speedway, I was head tech. Great people to work with. But you come here, and then you get more and more people every year that come here that want to come to Beausejour to race on this half mile that's so fast. Mm-hmm. So fast. And they'll look for the edge to win. Because you want to win in Beausejour, you want to win gold in Beausejour.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
Yep. There's a lot of people that really have this facility on their bullseye list. You know?
Yeah, this is one of the things, the bucket list, you go to Beausejour. That's just it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah.
Yep. I know that Chris from Cool Down TV and myself have been very happy with, the facilities, how we're taken care of, the things that we talk about and look at.
Yeah.
And, they've been really good about helping us out and just helping us to be sure things are going well.
No, cool.
So what's the biggest challenge today in the tech world? I mean, are we getting to the point where money is becoming the issue because teams are spending a lot of money to find a little competitiveness, and it's kind of holding the sport back? Because before it used to be you could barn find a machine and tune it and race it, but now money's changed. Is that the big issue coming up?
Well, I watched my first race in '72 on the north side of town, and I've been coming here. I've been at this track since '73 when it was opened. And then to watch the vintage when I got vintage here in '01. And it was, just like you said, it was barn find stuff, not a lot of money invested. Go to Beausejour, we want an oval race like the big names. And since then it's turned into a vintage sleds now some of them are $20,000.
Oh yeah.
$25,000 for a vintage sled. It's insane. To win is about the money. They always ask, hey, can we get paid more? you know, we come here, we risk our lives and all this kind of stuff. I understand that. You know, you want to come here, you want to be safe, you don't want to die, you want to come to Bossier, you want some extra money, but you want to win here. Mm-hmm. And the money they invest in these snowmobiles is insane to win here. To have your name called on Sunday night at the banquet, and I'm the guy who hands out the stuff, and when you call their name and when they strut across the floor to come up to get their gold, it's heaven. It's number one.
Yep.
To win in Bossier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You were kind enough to bring a couple of tools of your trade.
Yeah.
That, you know, because understand this, Kenny, that the people that are watching this don't spend a lot of time at the racetrack, so
No.
they don't know once the sleds leave the track and they go to tech and they got to get inspected, they don't see them anymore. They don't understand what's going on. So
Yeah.
why don't you share with them a couple things that you've got there?
Yeah. Thank you, Brett. The fans don't know how we do to make sure that it's fair. Mm-hmm. In the fairness of competition. So we got calipers. Now, calipers measure, we need to know the size of your motor. And motors, if it's a 250, it can be a 264 cc. If it's a 300, you can make it a 317. If it's a 340, it can be a 358. If it's a 440, it can be 464, but not more than those numbers I just said. So we go in the motor through the spark plug hole, we do the bore, we go to the edges, and we measure. Then stroke, this way. We go in, and we measure, this way. Stroke, bore and stroke. Important to get the size.
Before you go any further, how many of those 440s are actually running the 464? I would bet almost all of them.
I shouldn't go there, but there might be one.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't say the numbers.
No.
But it's very close. They're basically 460s.
Okay.
440s, they make them a 460. Horsepower gain, I'm going to say 2 to 2.5 horsepower for that extra 20 cc's. You get and build what you can get. You get what you can. Bore and stroke. This guy is the neatest guy in the planet. These are just, it's a fuel tester.
Right.
This is the Digitron DT15, one of the best ones in the world. It's obsolete. You can't buy these. I don't actually know anybody else on the whole circuit from New York to Seattle who actually owns one that actually still works. I own 2. They're mine. They're personal. You buy your own tools. You want your own stuff. All you do is you put it on. I can't use it in here because I don't have fuel, which is safe. Right. This goes in the gas tank, hits the fuel. The fuel goes in the grooves. This is like a mini scientist in a box.
Sure.
It's just the coolest thing. And it tells me numbers. And the numbers, I can tell you, the numbers have to be between 29 and 75. And if you're in between those numbers, your fuel is safe. If it's less than that, you have an issue. You've got too much ethanol, fuel stabilizer.
Like oxygenation and that kind of stuff?
Oxygen. If this will tell me if you got oxygen in the fuel to get that extra horsepower.
Right.
Nitro. Any of the garbage stuff, any cancer-causing agent.
You're implying through all this that people cheat.
This is like a mini god. It is just, this is the first thing. You come into tech, you come first, second, and third. I flag you in, you come see me. I make sure that you were the first 3 guys.
Yep.
This is number 1 guy.
Yep.
If you don't pass this, I don't have to go any further. Right. There's no sense going any further. You have done the bad one. What's in the gas? Oh, it's just from the pump. No, it's not. Where did you get the gas? Oh, I got it from my dad. Oh, where did he get it from? I don't know. You know what the worst is? Juniors. If juniors have bad fuel,
Right.
he's 12 years old.
Right. He didn't do it.
Well, where'd your dad get the fuel? I don't know. It's my dad. Yeah, right. Hey, Dad, come over here. I want to talk to you. We have an issue. This here guy says we have a problem.
What's the worst infraction you ever came across? What's the biggest thing somebody tried to pull and you caught it?
Oh my good Lord. Okay, here's a good one. Eagle River, some 10, 12 years ago, all exhaust systems on all the sleds have to be silenced. There has to be a silencer. It's the rules. And the silencer must have perforations, holes,
Yep.
to make it work like a silencer. Guy comes in the pit, I look under the hood, no silencer. So I said, you don't have a silencer? Yeah, it's inside. Excuse me, it's inside? Inside of what? Oh, it's inside the pipe. It's in there. So I said, if I take a flashlight, can I see it? No, you can't. You actually have to open the pipe to see it. And I said, I've never heard of this. There's no such thing. And he was upset that I didn't believe there was a silencer in the big part
In the can.
in the pipe. And I tossed him, and he was so mad. He went to the front office and he complained, and they told him, get out.
Yeah, enough.
Enough's enough.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the 25 or plus years, Brett, that I've been doing this, I've made some bad calls. We all do.
We all do.
I've made some bad calls, but I've made some real good ones too.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of good ones that keeps the sport correct.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, the mistakes I did, I owned up to them. I explained why I chose to make the call that I did, and then it gets voted on.
Yep.
And you know what? If the people think you're wrong, then you're wrong. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's a job that a lot of people don't want. This is a job that nobody wants.
Nobody wants to make the hard decisions. Everybody wants to make the easy ones.
No, I never thought of actually doing this. I always wanted to be around sleds, be around people like you, talk about it, talk about stuff, going to racetracks that are just cool, meeting the racers,
Yep.
and meeting their families. But you get a lot of phone calls, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
a lot of pictures on email about, I want to try this, can I do this, do you think this is good? And all that stuff stays personal to me. It stays on my computer. And boy, you get, some people ask for the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, can I do this? Because he can do this, and it's kind of like that, but you know what? It's like left is like right, right's like left, so can we do that?
Yeah, I hear you.
And I said, did you ever read the rule book? like it's online. ISR. That's how this works.
Go find it.
And go find the rule and read it. And if you don't get it, phone me back, and I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
Man, you get. I hate to use the word, but you get weirdos.
Get people looking for a competitive advantage.
They're looking for that edge, sir.
Right.
Yeah, the
Yep.
edge. That's that tiny little edge. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can you change the rules to do this?
Now, you've got a ton of stories. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of time.
That's understandable.
So I want to thank you for your years of service to
Absolutely,
the
this
sport.
is fun. Yeah,
You'll be around the racetrack all weekend.
I have no choice.
If you happen to see this and you want another story, a tech story, Kenny's the guy to find. He will be here. He's the opportunity to learn some history. So thank you for everything.
Thank you,
you've
sir.
done.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah,
You
you
bet.
bet. It's been a great time. So
Yeah.
Kenny Day, one of the great historians here at the CPTC in Beausejour, Manitoba. Don't miss this guy. Find him, talk to him.
You betcha.